we are here. It is the month of October. One of my favorite months because Halloween is my like favorite holiday. Is Halloween technically like a holiday?
Hey man, it's treated like a national holiday, so I'm gonna treat it as one. And also, just like as an adult, like Halloween is like the shit.
Bro, Halloween is so fun. Like, especially as an adult. I mean, Halloween was fun as a kid, but like
Mhm.
as an adult now, like fully being able to like lean into it, Halloween parties. I mean, all that shit's canceled this year. I hope none of y'all going to no Halloween parties. But
Yeah.
nah, man, yeah, I enjoy Halloween to the absolute fullest. And I had to hit up Cyrus because not only do we love Halloween, we love The Simpsons, and we know what comes every Halloween, the Treehouse of Horror. So, and we decided to revisit the first 8 of the Treehouse of
Yeah.
Horrors.
And
And
oh, go ahead.
no, go.
uh Everybody was like doing something for Halloween, like a lot of podcasts do, like scary movies, like on late fees. And then when you hit me up, it was just like, hey, you just want to like come together and just talk about like Tree Houses of Horror. And I haven't watched the first 8 seasons of The Simpsons in like a really long time. So I was just like, oh fuck, like this gives me the excuse to like revisit The Simpsons again, So anytime I'm able to do that, I will. I absolutely love The Simpsons.
Oh, I love The Simpsons too. I think the Simpsons have had like Bart Simpson alone has had a complete impact on my life that people don't truly understand. Like the skating stuff, like that
Hmm.
is I wouldn't even gotten the skateboarding if it really wasn't for Bart Simpson. And like seeing watching the Simpsons growing up, and that was really my introduction to, quote unquote adult cartoons or adult animation.
Hmm.
Um, but the Simpsons is just a legit phenomenon. Like I feel like in pop culture, if you haven't been like Simpsoned yet, or they haven't made a parody of you yet, like you're really
Yeah.
not that popping.
And you know The Simpsons now, it is what it is, how you feel about it. Like I'm not too high on the recent seasons either, but Simpsons is definitely like has an impact on popular culture, like from Simpsons Mania, and still to this day, where you have all sorts of like IG baddies or anybody on Instagram getting Simpsonified. Like that's just a staple.
Yeah, it
So,
really is. No, it really is. And yeah, man, like Simpsons really changed the game for a lot of stuff. Like, like you said, it was like really the first adult animation, show that became, as big as it did. And the next thing you know, like here comes Family Guy, South Park, all these other ones. But
mhm.
Simpsons really were the ones that like laid that groundwork.
Man, Family Guy and South Park never truly did it for me. Uh, even Bob's Burgers don't do it for me. I'm sorry for a lot of the Bob Burger fans out there. It
I
just
like
don't do
Bob's
it for me.
Burgers. I
I'm
like Bob's Burgers.
sorry.
I'm never gonna defend it to the like death. I'm not like that big of a fan. I would defend Futurama way like before I
Oh,
would defend Bob's Burgers.
motherfucker, I'll take bullets for Futurama. I think that shit is like every season is like classic stuff. There is like no bad seasons of Futurama, and I was talking to my friend about this the other day, where it was just like I would watch Simpsons like the most recent seasons if it ended. The fact that Simpsons never ends kind of like keeps me away from it. Like it's the One Piece effect. Like it just keeps going, and I'm just like, all right, just stay away from me. But
It's at the One Piece
Simpsons,
effect.
Futurama, Matt Groening is just really good. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Disenchantment, and I haven't thought about that show until I started rewatching The Simpsons because I'm not a big fan of it.
No, I did watch Disenchantment. It's okay. It's a
Mm-mm.
good I'm really high and I can't pay attention to anything show.
Mm-mm.
Like that's when I turn it on. Like when I'm just like
I watched the whole season and I probably laughed twice. I did not, man. I was very disappointed how that show turned out.
yeah, it went into very weird territory. It felt like it was trying to be serious in like a playful
Hmm.
way, and I was like, I didn't feel that. Like I feel they were trying to like touch on some serious topics, and I'm just like, I don't think. I
it
mean.
it felt like a
him
lot of
in
build
general.
up. Like it just felt like a lot of build up with I even forget what the main character name is. Bean, I think that's her name.
Yeah.
Like they're setting up something, and it was just like, nah, let's kind of just like build something here, and then like second season you could probably build to like something bigger, because like the platform that they're standing on was just like made out of like twigs and shit.
No, for real. But yeah, I really haven't, I haven't even thought about that show like you said until really now when you brought it up. And like
Hmm.
I've watched the full thing. I watched both seasons or 3 seasons, whatever how many seasons there is of it. But I've watched it all. It's okay. It's okay at best. But we're really here for the Treehouse of Horror. So we're gonna go
Hmm.
down first 8 episodes. We're gonna and these the first two. The first two was ooh, I was like,
Man,
damn. I was like, I'm surprised they made it to a third one, especially after the second one. The second one was bad.
yeah, and with a lot of these tree houses of horror is always like a lot of it is Twilight Zone parodies
Yeah.
and parodies of like stuff I wasn't alive for nor want to check out currently.
Yeah. No, that's a
But
big thing too that I really saw like cuz I was looking up some of like the references cuz
mhm.
obviously Simpsons a lot of their stuff is based on referencing something. And looking at the things they were referencing, I was like, why? Like, no one's gonna catch this unless you're, 45 years old
Yeah,
plus. Like
if
talking
you're
about
not the
scary movie from the
age,
60s.
yeah, if you're not the age of the creators when they made this, like you're not gonna get it. So that's why like in the first Treehouse of Horror, the only thing that like I understood was the Raven because that's Edgar Allan Poe, and you read that in school. But
Yeah. Um,
I don't know any of these other ones.
I no, I understood the Raven and I understood the first one just because
Oh yeah,
it's Poltergeist and Amityville Horror. So it's not like those are like the two biggest, two of the like the biggest horror movies ever. So I was like, okay, I get it. But like on trying to figure out the one. I mean,
uh,
all of them really. But like, they're doing Soylent Green in uh in Treehouse Horror 5, and I'm just like, I saw that, I'm like, I don't even know what this is, and I click on it, I'm like, a thriller film from 1973. Like, what are you? What? I don't. No one cares about that. Like, I mean, now, like, I don't. I was like, I didn't even know the reference, and then I looked at it. I was like, I guess. It was like, I
yeah.
guess is what you're gonna reference.
I got the list pulled up on Wikipedia, and it was just like for Treehouse of Horror 2 is just like, yeah, this is a Twilight parody, Twilight parody, Twilight Zone parody, and I'm just like, I've never seen the Twilight Zone, so I'm just like, like, what do you want me to do with this? And like you said, these first two Tree Houses of Horror, they're not good.
Hey,
Like,
they kick a first episode, first skit. They kicked it off with the racismo immediately. with the Native American burial
mm-hmm.
grounds, and then he calls the dude he buys a house from. It was like, you didn't tell me there was Indians
Yeah,
buried
like
under here.
in the loudest voice possible. Like I've never heard David Castaneda do that yet. But then he's just like, "You didn't tell me it was on the Indio burial ground." He was like, "Yes, I did." Like you can't hear what they're saying on the phone,
Yeah,
but you know that it was just like, "Yes, you did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did." And then he like starts
and
backing down and down and down. Uh,
then he goes, "Oh, I guess he told us 5 times."
mhm. I would say that for the first Treehouse of Horror, Hungry or Damned is probably like my favorite one out of the
Oh
three
yeah,
skits.
definitely.
Uh,
Definitely. It's definitely Hungry or Are the Damned. That's the best one. The Raven was bad to me. How they did that. It was really bad.
like with the Raven, I get it because like I still remember it when I used to watch it when I was young. Like I get it because like it's the Edgar Allan Poe thing, but
Mhm.
it's just it's not entertaining. Like it just feels like strict storytelling and not like
Yeah.
it's not truly Simpsonified or any sense. Like they didn't put any of their like charm into it. They basically just made an Edgar Allan Poe thing, and then just put Simpson skins over it, but like without any of the
Yeah.
charm. And I was just like, it is what it is on that. Like if if you wanted to show it to kids so they could understand what Edgar Allan Poe was like, you would show them that, you know?
Yeah, I think like the most Simpson thing they did throughout the whole thing was or at least during the Raven one was Bart interrupting Lisa and like what like fart
Hmm.
noises. And no, that like that was like the one that was like the one, like you said, Simpson thing that they did with that one.
Yeah.
Um but no, Hungry Are the Damned was, that's like legit the saving grace. I'm pretty sure Hungry Are the
Hmm.
Damned is the reason why they even got a second one. Because that one, it starts off funny. Like when
Yeah.
Homer is putting that much lighter fluid into the into the grill.
Barbecuing, squeeze, 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 and then a really like long comedic squeeze. Oh man, yeah, that's one of the best jokes starting off on that.
Yeah, like he's just squeezing the whole bottle in, and they keep giving you those moments where you think he's about to stop, and then he keeps going, and he throws the match in there, and then there's the big explosion. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, this is
it's
great.
a damn mushroom cloud, and then it alerts aliens, which is like insane.
Oh man. And then after that, I think that, and then right before they get on, when he's eating, he's like, guys, your burgers are getting cold. And he's eating
Hmm.
his burger, and then they're all getting transported up, and they try to transport Homer up, and they can't do it with the one light beam. So
Yeah,
they had to bring the second one in. Hey, any Homer fat jokes are always funny. Like
yeah,
any of them are always funny.
and we'll see another one when the Devil versus Homer Simpson in Treehouse of Horror 4, where he gets stuck in the trying to get transported into hell.
Oh man, let's skip it. Let's jump to it because, to be honest, two isn't even worth talking about.
Yeah,
Two is that
it's
bad to me.
well, I would say like it's an like I didn't really enjoy it, but I would say the monkey paw one, which is Lisa's nightmare, that's what it's listed under.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
the first 5 minutes of this Treehouse of Horror is all you need to see.
Oh yeah, that one, like, it starts off really good, and then I've never seen a drop off so
Hmm.
fast and so like, damn, these all like after the first 5 minutes of that one, it's
Yeah.
like, okay, none of these are worth
If you
watching.
wanted to revisit these Treehouses of Horror, I would say start from 3, because the stretch from 3 to Treehouse of Horror 7, that's a run.
Oh,
That's a
oh,
run.
bro, nothing but bangers, nothing but bangers. It was really hard for me to like choose my favorite skits out of each one.
Yeah.
Because like they really find their like footing, and they find
Hmm.
like they're like, okay, we're really getting it rolling. um yeah, that stretch, like you said, from 3 to 7 is just nasty.
Like all classic stuff right there. But yeah, I think we could jump around and just talk about the devil and Homer Simpson in Treehouse of Horror. What is that? 4.
4, yes,
Yeah.
that is a really good one. Actually, I like Treehouse of Horror 4 because of, first of all, the opening is really good.
Hmm.
um the opening is really good because this is like the first time you're really they're doing a night gallery um reference, and once again, a show that was running from 1970 to 1973.
I just
That,
like, sorry if I'm like, oh man, well, these young motherfuckers don't know what they're talking about. But dog, I ain't never seen the Twilight Zone, bro.
bro,
You gonna have
never.
to
My
let me you gonna
grandpa,
have to let me slide.
hey, listen, for real, listen, my grandpa used to watch it, right? He used to watch it and like leave it on the TV running, but he would be
Hmm.
like passed out on the couch. So I'm like, I'll just be walking past the
Like
TV screen, like, skip it. I'm
there's
not sitting down and watching this.
there's two shows I will never watch: Twilight Zone and MASH. I'm not watching MASH, bro.
Hey, Mash theme song slaps though. The theme song goes crazy. Then after the theme
I
song,
wouldn't know.
I don't know what Mash is about. Mash
Yeah.
got like, see, it's really hard watching those old TV shows because I always feel like there's like racism right around the corner of like everything. I'm like, ooh, something about to happen. They about to say
Yeah.
something that's gonna trigger me. I'm not with it.
Yeah, not
But
everything ages well, but let's continue.
no, not at all. But no, the Devil and Homer Simpson. That is I think really ranking these, 4 is second next to 6. So I think for me it goes like 6, 4. I say even like top 3 probably goes 6, 4, and maybe 3.
Man, top five for me. I have it written down right here. 5, 7, and 6.
5, 7, and 6.
Yeah.
That's a good.
Like
That's a nice. I like. Yeah, those are good. But no. So we're going to the Devil and Homer Simpson, where yeah, Homer signs the contract to
get a
he signs a
donut.
contract for a
Yeah.
donut, and the devil is Ned Flanders, and I love how they always make Ned a like the evil guy when they can.
Mhm.
Like he plays the devil, he turns into a zombie, who gets blasted too.
Mhm. When he comes up as the devil and Homer's just like, "Flanders, you're the devil." And he's like, "Don't tell me you're surprised."
He was like, it's always the one you least expect. I was just like,
Mhm.
oh man. No, but that one is really funny. The fact that he tries to the fact that Homer tries to dupe him and not
Mhm.
eat the whole donut and then puts it
The
in the fridge
the
and
only
it has all
smart
the
moment
signs.
the only smart moment he has, but then it's instantly like negated because he doesn't just throw the last piece of donut away where he will never see it again. He puts it right in his fridge.
He puts it right in the fridge. He puts all the signs around it, and he sleeps and walks, and he passes all the other things he gonna eat. Obviously, he eats the last donut,
Hmm.
the last bit of the donut. As soon as he eats it, Ned pops up and was like, "You're coming with me." And Marge is like, "Homie, did you eat the donut?" And then it really picks up from there. Like it
Yeah.
starts off great, and then that's when the trial happens,
I
and
think yeah, when Lisa was just like, doesn't he have the right to a fair trial? And the devil's just like, man, you motherfuckers in your legal system. All right, man. And then the greatest rest in peace. I think the voice actor died for him. Lionel Hutz, one of the greatest cartoon lawyers of all time.
yes, the 30 a bathroom break every 30 minutes.
Hmm.
Oh man, like the stipulations are hilarious. The fact that Ned chooses the funniest jury.
Hmm.
It was like John Wilkes Booth. You got who else is on there? It was John Wilkes Booth. It was
I'm trying to remember. I forgot because I watched so many other Treehouse of Horror. But they kind of do that joke again, where it's just like all the people that kind of like isn't really like all the people you expect to be in hell, but then they reuse that joke, and I think in Treehouse of Horror 9, where it's just like the Earth is ending and they're about to shoot a rocket ship, but secretly one rocket ship is going to the sun, and it has like uh Pauly Shore, Rosie O'Donnell, Spike Lee was on there, and I died when I saw Spike Lee get sent to the sun. Uh, but they do that joke fairly well. But the jury is just like all the undesirables. Like I wouldn't be surprised if like Nixon was in it again, because they always like for some reason they always throw in Nixon in everything that Matt Groening
oh
does.
yeah, they did the Nixon one, and then
Hmm.
the Nixon one in the Devil and Homer Simpson. It was great because he goes like it's pretty much like I'm not even dead yet, and the devil
Hmm.
goes, well, all the things I just did for you. He was like, yeah, I guess. So man, that one is the Devil and Homer Simpson is a really good one. Terror at 5.5 feet is actually my favorite one out of all this.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I like it. It's it's centered around Bart and this little gremlin. It's funny because it's funny because of Principal Skinner. He makes that whole
Oh
entire thing funny for me.
yeah. Skinner, even outside of like before the steam hams finally like came back into popularity, Skinner was always fantastic.
Yes, yes. And it's funny because he gives like Bart zero leeway to ever explain himself, and
Mm-hmm.
he always gives him like he was giving him like the wildest like punishments. So when Bart is it the part where no, it wasn't that part. It was the part where Bart it's like the third time he's like the gremlins like this on the tires. I'll take the tire off,
Mm-hmm.
and Principal Skinner puts him in the headlock and just
Yeah.
starts choking him out. Oh my gosh, I lost it. He like immediately puts him in the headlock and just starts choking him out, and then he like he ties him up, and then they have the foreign exchange student,
Yeah.
and he had him lick the lollipop. He was like, "All right, now that we good friends, can you tie like untie me?" He's like, "Oh
Yeah.
yes." And
He
then
he gets put in a headlock, and then he gets like put in like restraints to like so he can chill out.
Wait, and it's funny too because you know who's really like the MVPs of like these first eight is Willie. Willie is really
Oh,
like the MVP. Like he's like
we'll talk about groundskeeper Willie. I think he truly shines in Treehouse of Horror 5. In
oh yeah, he
5,
goes
he's MVP.
yes, like he's no every time they use him in any of these, it's great. Like
Hmm.
every time they use him, like he was
Uh,
great in he was great at Terror 5.5 feet. He was great in the what is it the Shinning.
yes. So Treehouse of Horror 5, like when he's all throughout
Yep.
that, and the Nightmare on Elm Street 1, he's like, he's amazing in playing basically Freddy Krueger in that. But yeah, Groundkeeper Willie is like amazing. And my favorite gag about Terror at 4.5 feet is when Bart starts screaming to Otto, and he's just like, "That's the Gremlin!" And then Otto just rams a bus into some car that has Hans Moleman in it, and then the car just immediately goes slowly off the road, and it just explodes.
Yes, that was hey Otto's great in that too. Like
Hmm.
the last moment where so they get the gremlin to get off or the gremlin gets thrown off the bus
Hmm.
and it lands on Ned Flanders' cars and Ned Flanders goes and tries to like coddle it. He's
Hmm.
like, "Oh, come on, little guy." And then gets his head chopped off. I
That
was
shit
like,
was
"All right,
insane.
this is yo, they really take a turn like with these ones. Like they really like get gruesome on some of
Yeah.
these."
And another great auto joke is when Bart is just like, "Ah, there's like the gremlin," and then everybody comes to the side of the window, including Otto, and then Bart is just like, "If you're here, who's driving the bus?" And that's when the bus like crashes and explodes.
He's like, "Oh yeah, that was supposed to be me." And he like
Hmm.
tries to walk back. Oh man, that one is legit my favorite one out of that because it's just great because of how they use the characters like
Hmm.
within it. Like when Millhouse was it Millhouse that goes first and sits next to the foreign exchange student
Uh,
um
on which one?
on Terror at 5.5 feet. Was it him or was it who was he's I think it was Millhouse that was sitting next to Bart. And he
Yeah,
goes and sits next to the foreign exchange student and he starts explaining all he was like explaining all the snacks. He's like
yeah.
he just looked at him computer confusion.
And what's great about Tree Houses of Horror is just like since there's kind of just like a canon around the Simpsons world around this point in time, which would get like kind of messed up around season 8. Uh, the Treehouse of Horror is where they can actually use these characters in more different and interesting ways that will be like used for later seasons. So you get Evil Flanders, of course. You get Groundskeeper Willie being used in all sorts of great ways. Skinner being just kind of just evil, but still scheming in a
Yeah.
sense. Uh, Marge just like backing down at any point in time where I forget which Treehouse of Horror it was, but Marge says something, and then Homer is just like, "Don't you get tired of being wrong all the time?" And then Marge is like,
Oh,
"No."
that was which one was it? I think that was I know which one you're talking about because it's at the end and then that's how
Mhm.
they end it. And then
Uh,
she's like, "Yeah."
I think it's the I forgot. I don't remember.
Oh, Attack of the 50, was it Attack of the 50-foot eyesores? When
Yes.
he
Yeah,
gives
yeah, yeah,
when
yeah.
he gives the donut back, and then she's like, "It's gonna end. Just give him the donut back." He
And
gives
then
him
he
the donut
does.
back.
And it is
He just starts. He just rips open the house and just starts dragging the donut and crushing cars.
mm-hmm. That shit
Yes,
is
bro.
hilarious.
That shit is funny as hell, bro. That one's another really good one. 50-foot eyesore was a really good one. The Zip
Yeah.
Boys, when they jump down from the first and their heads are
Yeah.
too big.
What else was a really good one? The Kent Brockman when he's doing the report, but there is a billboard of Kent Brockman, and then the
In the
billboard
back.
eats him, and I was just like, "Oh my lord, man!"
Oh
Really
man,
good stuff on that.
that was such a good one. I like that I like how the way to defeat the advertisements is to make an advertisement about not paying attention to advertisements.
Which is just like just. I feel like there is a commentary about that. Just like maybe like the creators, Joss Whedon or whatever. Not Josh Whedon. I forgot what his name was. It's John something. But like
Oh,
maybe they were just
John
like,
Schwartzwelter.
yeah, they were just upset about like probably like some sort of advertisement around that time. Probably still referencing Simpsons Mania, where they're just like a part of everything.
Yeah.
Because I think they do that for Bart's Nightmare, but it doesn't hurt to always like use that kind of trope again.
No, I think like that's the cool thing about. I mean, there is multiple times, even throughout these first eight, where they use kind of the same thing over and again.
Hmm.
I'm trying to remember which one it was. Oh, like Treehouse of Five, where they do the running Willy bit, where he gets
Yeah, where he
stabbed in
gets
the back with an
axed.
axe. Yeah, he
He
gets
gets
axed.
he gets axed like
Oh,
in every act, and um it was in the second skit where it really got me. And then I was just like, "Oh, are they gonna do that again?" And then in the Nightmare Cafeteria, they do it again, but just like out of nowhere. Like it didn't even
oh
fit into
yeah,
the story, but they just had to get him axed in the back.
it was when he was ready. It was the cafeteria lady too that got him,
Hmm.
right? She just smoked him. He's that's when I think they do it close to the end too, when the kids are finally trying to escape.
Hmm.
And then he's like popping out trying to defend the kids, and they just he gets him. He doesn't say anything or at
Uh,
all. He just screams and falls.
Homer gets him, Maggie gets him, and I think it's either Skinner or the lunch lady that gets him. But then I think by the third time he gets axed, he's just like, "Man, I'm truly bad at this." He could never come to the rescue.
No, like you said though, bro, Willie was the MVP of five, and
Hmm.
he was like the secret weapon. Like every time they use him, he was really good. He's probably one of like just in general of the Simpsons. He's probably one of my favorite characters. He's always funny. Um,
Oh man, favorite Simpsons
I
character. Shit,
yeah,
man.
he's probably in my top five around there.
Skinner is definitely like in my top three. Probably give it to like Homer, Skinner, and Mo. Those would probably be
Okay,
my three favorite. And Treehouse of Horror 5 is definitely like where it picks up. Like quality skyrockets at that point where
oh yeah,
all of these
definitely.
skits hit.
No, definitely. Like you know what's great too about watching these is finding the memes or like the things that like the little screencasts like,
Yeah.
oh damn, I got this one saved in my phone. Like I got this one
Oh,
saved in my phone.
yeah. It's always great to rewatch The Simpsons and you'd be like, oh, that's where the meme originated. You know, like
Yeah.
for SpongeBob, it's just like I always remembered that episode. I think the only thing I don't remember is like the SpongeBob one where he kind of like has the beak or whatever. That's more recent shit, but it's always good to see the origin of a meme.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's always fun. Like the one where Lisa is trying to explain and she got the cross-eyed and she got her hands in the air,
Hmm.
catching that one. Where's the other one? Oh, the one where Omega Man, the Omega Man where Homer Simpson's in the theater eating the
Oh
popcorn with
yeah,
all the dead people.
mad skeletons, and he's just like, man, move it or lose it. And he kicks the skeleton head off. for no reason.
For no reason at all. It's funny too that he goes in there and starts eating all the snacks that the dead people already have. Like he doesn't
Which
even
is
get
like
fresh snacks.
when I saw that, I was just like, this man is disgusting.
Oh yeah, he's oh when he drunk the soda, I was like, oh hell no.
Like, oh
I
my.
was
But Homer
when it
3 is hilarious though.
yeah. The oh you talking about Homer 3. I was thinking about
Not
the
Homer Q.
Omega Man.
Oh, Omega Man. Where he's like the
Yeah, that's when
last man on Earth,
yeah,
right?
he's the last man alive. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's the one where he's in the movie theater
Yeah, yeah,
eating.
yeah.
Homer 3 is hilarious. And the funniest part of Homer 3 is when he tries to jump the wormhole.
Hmm. That's that's like playing Tony Hawk, where he was just like, "Dog, I swear I pressed X," and he just like fell straight down.
Oh my god, yes. Like that's the funniest part of it. Like the whole I think Homer 3 was really good for me because that is like they play with the art style on that one.
Hmm.
And that was really cool to see.
My favorite joke about it, where like they Homer is in like CGI or just like in a 3D format, and then it was just like, man, he's like in 3D, and they make it like an animation joke where it's just like, well, better make it worth it because it's costing like just a lot of money to even animate Homer in 3D.
Yeah.
And then like he's just like in an empty world where there's like nothing, and then like there's a weird end where he like lands in a trash can and he's like in the real world.
Oh yeah, he's in the real world and it ends with him going into an exotic cake shop.
And I was trying to find out what the fuck that was referencing. And it was just like, nah, it's just like a random street that they just wanted to do it in. Like there's no like this is a parody of this, or like, this was paying homage to this. It was just like, no, it's just like a regular ass store they found.
That's that Mark Bakery, bro.
the
That's
kid the
that Mark
cakes the
pastry
cakes with
shop.
the asses in the front, yeah.
Cakes with the asses on them, bro. Oh my god, yeah, that's that Mark cake, bro. Um, no, that was a really good one. Nightmare on Evergreen Terrace is another really
Hmm.
good one. I like that one because it felt like I'm not gonna say like a real parody, but it felt
Hmm.
like a real parody. You know what I'm saying? Like they really like took all elements of Nightmare on Elm Street and it was like,
Hmm.
skip it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it like Simpson style. And I
Where
really enjoyed that one. I think like the story just fit really well too.
Yeah, and I like I said earlier, where it's you know, how in the Raven they didn't really just do anything to like change that story, but like here in Nightmare on Evergreen Terrace, yeah, it is just a straight Nightmare on Elm Street parody, but like they do a lot of the shit well there, or just like I guess
Yeah.
the story was more interesting to work with rather than just like a sad poem.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the funniest part too on there is when was it Ralph when Ralph dies?
Hmm.
Ralph dies and they're carting him out and, he was like, get it out of here. And then the kids don't need to see this. And the cover comes down
Yeah, the
and
cover
all
gets
the
caught
kids
on his
see it.
foot, and he's like, "Ah, just
Yeah.
get it out of here."
Don't go by the kindergartners. They flash hear the kindergartners scream.
Uh,
Oh my god.
another really good joke that like had me cracking was where Bart, like, he finally realized it's his dream, so he can do like whatever he wants, and then now he goes, now I can dream about normal things like winning the Super Bowl with Krusty. And then groundskeeper Willie turns into the huge spider, and then Krusty goes, "Oh, don't dream of me ever again," and then like runs and like dies.
Yes, that's another really good one. Like I said, like they made like that felt like a real parody, but
Hmm.
the jokes that they used within it were just really really good.
Yeah.
Just like little moments like that, or like the Principal Skinner moment, because it's like these little things where like it gave you that Simpson feel. Um, but it still felt like okay, they're playing on Nightmare on Elm Street. Like they didn't ever try to like cover it up or anything. Like they were like full
Hmm.
blown. Like even the backstory. The backstory was funny because when they're in the school meeting,
Oh my
and they're
god,
like
the
they're
PTA
like
meeting.
he has the PTA meeting, and they're like, "All right, so we're gonna vote now on fire extinguishers. They can do it for free, and they'll just refill our fire extinguishers." And they're like, "Nay." Or like they can fix the doorknobs. And you're like, the doorknobs is $10, and they're like,
Yeah,
"Nay."
doorknob replacement, $10, and like that all leads into groundskeeper Willie being like scorched and burned, and then he tries to ask for help, and he's like, he's speaking, man.
Yeah, they're like, it's a meeting. It's a PTA meeting. Get out of here. Oh man, like I every time they use Principal Skinner, he is very funny. Like
Yeah,
every single time they use him, like even like those times where he's like has like one or two lines throughout, like those one or two lines like count. Like he's really only in there for he only says probably a few lines throughout it, but it's like every time he
yeah.
talks, he's so funny. Like Principal Skinner is a
Like
really good character.
he shines in the PTA meeting. The children don't need to see this, and like those are like the only like two jokes or like lines that he has, and
And
they
they're
all
like the
just
most
hit.
memorable. Yeah,
Yeah, they all
they just
hit.
hit. One thing I like about Seven is that is they did the Thinking Eye and Citizen Kang.
Mhm.
Both of those are really good, and they're not references. I think those are just full blown
No, it's a parody. The Citizen Kane. The name is a parody of the Citizen
on
Kane
Citizen
movie,
Kane.
which
Yeah.
The Simpsons reference Citizen Kane all the time. I
All the
entertain.
time.
I think I joked about watching it once to like I think like Pat or J5, and they were just like, "Don't do that. That shit's ass."
Yeah,
um,
I've heard synopsises of fucking Citizen Kane, and I was like, why would anyone want to watch this movie?
yeah, that's not something that I want to do. But yeah, they are two original stories, yeah. But I think the names might be references to something, but the story isn't a parody. But this is the first Treehouse of Horror where I couldn't pick, but like the one that I really liked. I think The Thing and I and Citizen Kane are just comedic, especially Citizen Kane for the
Oh,
kind of
Citizen
climate
Kane
that
is
we're in.
so. Oh yeah, I think that was the best part about it. Like I feel everyone, if you listen to this and you want to watch some of these, watch Citizen Kane right now. Like I think that is the first. Like watch Treehouse of Horror 7 and watch that one first because Citizen Kane definitely ties into everything we're going through right now.
Mm-hmm.
Which Simpsons are absolutely known for. I don't know what type of future telling technique they got,
Well,
but
this Citizen Kane is basically about politics and elections. So this story is relevant no matter how old this gets.
no, yeah, for real though. Like no matter, but I think the funniest part in Citizen Kane is when the aliens are in their Bill Clinton and what was the other Doyle, right?
Yeah.
Dole.
Doyle
Yeah. So
something. Doyle? I'm not sure. I forgot the
nah,
guy's name.
listen, man, me too. But they're running against each other for presidency, but they're walking down the street holding hands.
Mhm.
Wait, and then the DNC white van pulls up, it just slides open. He's like, "Hey, man, like, people are talking." And I'm like, "Why y'all holding hands?
What
Like,
kind
this,
of
is,
shit
this is
y'all
a weird
on?
image." That's the funniest part because they just walking holding hands, and you see all the other characters that they're walking by, like looking very weirdly at them,
Mhm.
and
They
then they're
look
finally,
like they looking at him like Max B, like, "Hey yo,
yo,
what kind of?"
these niggas is on, man.
And then
Uh,
Homer doing the when Homer tries to prove that the two presidential candidates are aliens, he runs into the woods, hits his foot on a bush, and then he pulls it back, and it's just like a little piece of the spaceship, but the spaceship isn't being covered at all.
Oh my god, this is the best part because he kicks it and then
Mhm.
you don't see it until like pan out, and like the pan out when you see the whole thing is
Too
oh
good,
my gosh,
too
it
good.
too good. It's so funny. Another really funny part is when uh when Homer first gets abducted, he tells them about the presidential election. They kidnap the presidential nominees, and they switch it to their bodies. And then
Mhm.
they're like, before they push him off, he's like, I'm gonna tell everybody. They're like, no one's gonna believe you, and they spray him with rum.
Yeah. And then he goes home and tries to tell Bart, and he's just like, yeah, whatever, rummy.
Bro,
Genius.
that was genius, absolutely genius. Like they spray him with rum and then they just throw him off.
Yeah.
And then when Homer tries to go and save the presidents, and he launches them into space and kills them.
The it's not graphic, but it's
Yeah, it's
like
not.
it's very like terrifying where he accidentally sends them to space and then they instantly die. Like
They just instantly choke out. There's no like lead up to it. Like how sometimes when they do like suffocate people or people
mhm,
die like that in cartoons, it's a very drawn out thing. Like as soon as they hit the atmosphere, they're like dead.
instant death. And I was just like, "Oh, that's like that's not like even bloody because in a later Treehouse of Horror but when they talk about this when I was talking about the spaceship going to the sun, Homer goes, "Oh man, like I can't take it anymore," and he hits like the ejecto button, and then he goes into space, and like their heads elevate or just like they expand and then pop, but they pop off camera. But
Oh yeah, yeah,
this,
yeah.
this is like that death is like absolutely terrifying.
It is. It really is. I was like, damn, because like in my head, I was like, "Bro, that really might be how death in space like really is. Like
hmm
as soon as you get out that motherfucker, you're done.
No
You're
choking, just
cooked.
cook.
They have, I think Treehouse of Seven has a sneaky, really good one with Genesis Tub.
Yeah, I liked it, but compared to the two other stories, like it just couldn't compete. I'm sorry.
I liked it. It didn't fit like the scary theme,
hmm
but I think it was just really funny. I think the Bart coming in and just jabbing his finger into the cup and then just destroying
Yeah,
the city.
that
That was funny.
that part where you see the people in the tub like excel or just like what is it like evolve at like an insane rate, and then Bart just comes poke poke poke, and then like is just like hell on earth.
She looks back in that, and like the fact of how fast they progressed.
hmm
Like they're like living like cavemen, and then next thing you know, like they're doing they're in the medieval days, and she's like, I made them Lutheran because they're banging something on the Catholic Church,
Yeah,
and then like the next day they're like in 3070. Like
man, wish that
the
was
that
us,
rapid
bruh.
progression. Man, I do too. Listen, listen, we need the technology, bro. I want to transport somewhere. I need the transporter from Fly versus Fly.
Oh my lord.
Treehouse Horror 8 starts off really funny, and
hmm
they make the crack pipe joke, and I was like, oh, they took out J5's part. And I was like, oh. Uh,
I liked Treehouse of Horror 8. I didn't rate it as high, but
I rated it 6
yeah,
out of
same.
10.
It hits like a slow that's where it starts to slow down. But I did like Easy Bake Covet was like my favorite one. Like the Salem Witch Trials, and then they're just like, oh, we'll just push you down the cliff. If you die, you die an honorable Christian death, but you'll use your witch powers if you're a witch. So we'll see.
He was like, we will respectfully ask you to come fly back down so we can kill you at the stake.
Yeah.
No, Easy Bake Coven was a good one. I agree. I think that was the best one out of all of them.
Mhm.
Fly versus Fly was good. I like the beginning part is really funny to me when they're at the when they're at, what's his name? He's in the garage sale, the
Oh, the
scientist.
scientist. I don't. Damn, what is his name?
I don't even know.
Damn, I forget. But yeah, where he's having like a garage sale.
Yes.
That part is funny. And then the sweeping bot tries to like put the sold sign on him so he could leave.
And take off. He was like, what do you think? It's funny too because you hear him. he's off screen, but you can hear him talking, and so all you see is the robot like trying to make this escape, and so
Mhm.
you like think like, oh, it's a robot about to take off, and next thing you know, you hear and he comes running into the screen. He was like hands him a mop and was like, no, you're a sweeping robot.
Yeah, you're made for sweeping, and then like
You're made for
the
sweeping.
sad robot just starts wheelie back real sad. But
Oh,
well,
or the Homer bargaining part where he's like, how much is the transport or the matter transporter? He's like $2. He was like, but it
hmm,
only transports matter.
hmm,
35 cents.
yeah, and he sells it like that's
He
crazy.
sells it. He sells it. He was just like 35 cents. He's like, deal. He gets so he gets the transporter. Bart wants to use it, and Homer's like, no, there's like serious consequences if you use this wrong. This
Yeah.
whole time while he's like using it to like grab beers, and he drinks like the kitty what was it, the kitty eye liquid instead of the
Mhm.
beer.
Uh, w-
Uh
when he put Homer is wildin' with that transporter, where he put the one part in front of the toilet and then the other one in front of Marge, and then unzipped his pants. Yo, this I saw that,
oh
and I was just like, this nigga is really nasty.
Dog, he was bugging. He was like, I am not trying to go nowhere for anything. It's funny though because you hear the pants zipper unzip,
Hmm.
and then Marge goes, not here, homie. She was like,
Yeah,
no.
like she's just
He was
reading
like,
a book, and he just whips it out ready to pee. Dog, different
or
breed.
the funny part is this. All right, so you have that moment, then Bart comes in to ask to use it.
Hmm.
And in the middle of Homer talking, he reaches his hand through and he punches Lisa.
Hmm.
He punches Lisa. And it's funny because you got to remember the other one's in front of the toilet. So
Yeah.
Lisa must be in the bathroom. And he just punches her while she's using the bathroom.
And it was just like, Lisa, you saw the teleporter right in front of it. What made you think that that was an okay place to sit?
Oh my gosh, bro. That's just I think everything centering around the transporter is really funny.
Hmm.
Everything that centers around Bart trying to become a fly again isn't
Yeah,
funny.
where
I think that's where they got like,
where he fakes being in the spider web, and then he just like starts slapping the spider.
yeah.
I thought that was funny, but like besides that, nothing else really got me.
Yeah, nothing else really. I think like yeah, I think like the fly versus fly thing was it was cool, but I really enjoyed like everything surrounding like the transporter and everything that
Hmm.
was around that. Another funny one that I feel was low key really funny was where's the one oh the thing and the Bart
Oh yeah, just going back to
yeah
Treehouse of Horror 8.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah the thing and I was also really funny. The fact that the fact that Bart was like the real evil one,
Yeah,
and the
come on, guys,
and
you knew it, bruh.
wait, but the funny part is that there was no like true resolve. There's like, okay, we're
Hmm.
just gonna switch your places then.
Yeah,
like
there,
that's it, and that's how it ends.
yeah, there's like just like the top three jokes in that was just like, come on, if I was a Siamese twin, I would have a huge hideous scar. And as soon as he lifts up his shirt, he just sees like this huge scar, and it was just like, how'd you never seen that before?
or or the fact that the doctor separated them using a paper a paper cutter.
Oh my god. Yeah, that where he's just like, yeah, we're gonna split them. And then you see him use the paper cutter, but it's really just like for some paperwork. And I was just like, oh my god.
Oh man, it's
Really good.
oh my gosh, it really good stuff, man. Like Treehouse of Horror, they've done like we said, the run between 3 and 7 is just
Absolutely
absolutely
amazing.
excellent. Like
But wait,
it's
before
so much good stuff.
the part in the thing and I where Dr. Hibbert is just like, oh, you probably never seen your own face before. And he puts the camera, but it's see-through. So Hugo thinks he's a black man and he just gets punched in the face. That is a top tier Simpsons joke.
That is very much a top tier Simpsons joke. It's like you've never seen your face before. It holds up a picture frame, his socks and shit through it.
Fuck them
Oh,
kids. Punch them right in the mouth.
fuck them kids, bro. Listen, it really was one of those. But yeah, just all really good ones. I really will say, like, if you're looking for something to watch, if you're not into horror, if you're not into horror, but you still want to be in the theme of Halloween,
Hmm.
definitely watch the Treehouse of Horror episodes. They're all no really good. When is the new? Does the new one drop
Yeah.
this?
They're still dropping Tree Houses of Horror. When I was looking at lists or just like seeing what other people were saying about like top or like where they were ranking Tree Houses of Horror, some of the recent ones, like I think the latest one I saw was like a 2005 one, was like in
Hmm.
the top 20, and that's saying something. Like just in like
Yeah, definitely
segments. Like I'm sure not all three are hitting this time around, but the fact that like even one of the segments in 2015 at this point where Simpsons
was
is like
that good.
long past his prime is in the top 20.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's like some really good shit there.
Yeah, I so the new one's gonna drop on November 1st.
Hmm.
They even have the ones that they're gonna parody. So they're doing Toy Gory, which is a play on Toy Story, Into the Homerverse,
Uh,
and
I
I,
might peep it. I might peep it.
I have to. Yeah, and B9 Rewind, which is
Russian Doll? I don't know
a
what that is.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, Russian.
Russian Doll. It was on Netflix. Is Russian Doll where that girl dies on every Thursday? Is that it?
That might be it.
Hold on. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
dies and relives the same night on a.
Okay,
Huh.
that
I
could
mean, I might.
that could be funny.
That could be. I'll watch it. See, I think like now, you can when you're watching these, especially when you're watching the earlier ones, they do try to at least make them, in a sense, not like scary, but they try to do things that make you feel uncomfortable or like
Mhm.
do things you're like, "Yeah, damn, like that's kind of that's
I
kind of like over the top."
I
I feel
haven't.
like now it's become such a like we're just gonna parody these things.
Yeah, just like fuck it, we're just gonna do it. And I haven't watched Modern Simpsons in a really long time, so it's just like I don't truly know what to expect.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of just gonna turn my brain off for it and then give it a peep.
Nah, definitely. That's the way you should probably watch The Simpsons now anyway. Like the Simpsons they have definitely peaked and now they're really just running on name right now.
Yeah,
Like
definitely. Fox money and
yeah,
name.
man, listen, I know that Fox paycheck probably crazy, bro.
Shit, you saw how much they gave to the E, bro?
Bro,
Billion
listen,
dollars, bro.
they were like, listen, just take it and run with it. I know Simpsons, I know Matt probably eating good, good.
Hmm.
I know he hasn't probably had a lobster. He hasn't had a lobster for breakfast in a long time.
But
Bro, listen,
before we wrap this up, so what is your favorite Treehouse of Horror segment that you've watched in these first eight?
so out of all of them, which one is my
Hmm.
favorite? Ooh, out of all of them. Okay, I'm gonna be real. Clown Without Pity.
Really?
Clown Without Pity is so funny to me. Um,
Man.
I like I think Clown Without Pity is really really funny. I think like the fact that the fact that he goes, he comes in, he's like the doll's trying to kill me, and he picks up the doll, and he's like, oh, that's because you have to you have to switch flip the evil, not
Oh
good.
yeah.
And then he flips it. Wait, he flips it, and then Homer takes full advantage
Hmm.
of the doll. And then like Krusty keeps going, like he lives in Lisa's doll's house, and he's like hooking up with one of her dolls.
Hmm.
And I think that one is personally probably my favorite. It's like that one. Dial Z for Zombies was really good. I mean, obviously that's the one where you see Ned get blasted. The best, I feel that is the best joke out of all of these. The
Yeah.
moment where he shoots Ned and he goes, you killed Ned, you killed zombie Flanders." He was like, he was a zombie, just super green,
Classic.
extra green. Man, there's some other, man. Yeah, I think Clown Without Pity. Clown Without Pity was really good. I think that's probably the one I enjoyed the most.
Okay. For me, it definitely has to be the shinning. The
The
shinning
shinning was
is
funny too.
too good. Where It always gets me where it's just like no TV, no beer, Mace, Homer goes something something, and then Marge goes crazy. Don't mind if I do, and he just starts freaking out.
Oh,
Too
or
good.
another really great part in there is when he is when he gets the axe and he keeps trying to do the "here's Johnny," and then he keeps breaking into the wrong room, so he keeps referencing his other late night hosts. So he goes,
Hmm.
"Here's late night with David Letterman," and then he pops in. He is like the wrong room again.
When
Then he does another one.
the 60-second one is hilarious because it's so long winded. He was just like, I'm
Oh yeah, the
blah 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 blah
60 minute
blah,
one.
joined by
Oh
blah 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 blah, and in 60 seconds, and that's the room where all the family's in, so they start screaming and running. That's too good. I need to find a clip of that.
yes, that's a good one. Or another great one. Shout out to, well, once again, Willie. Uh, when when Bart just cuts cuts through the maze.
Hmm.
He just goes, just chops a hole through all the walls of the maze, and while Willie's like doing all the gardening, and he just looks at him. I was like, well, I found a shortcut through the maze.
Yeah, that's a really good one. But then like top three would probably be like one, The Shining, Nightmare on Evergreen Terrace, and probably the Thing and I are probably like my favorite of the Treehouse of Horrors. And I was looking at a list, like somebody was just like the 99 whatever Treehouse of Horror, and they had Lisa's Nightmare as 2, and I said y'all niggas
Whoa, you're
tripping.
bugging.
Instant close
Y'all
tab.
tripping.
That
No,
shit
you,
not
yeah,
valid.
nah. That shit is not valid at all. Hell, there's no reason that should be that up there. Like none of the skits in 2 would even crank my top 20.
Definitely not.
That like I even within these 8, like all 3 of 2 are they're going to be the bottom 3 for me.
Oh,
Like
definitely.
that's how much I did not like Treehouse of Horror 2. Uh trying to think. Okay, let me think. Let me move on top 3. Nightmare on Evergreen Terrace will definitely be on my top 3.
Hmm.
Clown Without Pity. It's really a tie between Dial Z for Zombies and Attack of the 50-Foot Eyesores.
I'll probably go with Dial Z for Zombie. I definitely like Dial Z for Zombie more than the
The
50
this
foot eyesore.
the 50-Foot Eyesores is just really great because they had when they had the the planters dude and he was twisting the cars open like
Hmm.
like they were peanuts and they was eating the people and chucking the car. Oh man, that was just another really good one. Like yeah. Oh man, that was so funny.
Oh man, what else? I
Man, just y'all just gotta watch these. Like,
Yeah.
the end of the day, y'all just have to watch these. Like, this is
Eh,
quality like work. Like, you're watching peak Simpsons, and peak Simpsons, no matter how bad they are now, peak Simpsons holds up like
mm,
tremendously.
I think the first 8 seasons of Simpsons and like all of Futurama is probably like some of the best work that Matt Groening and all the other writers that were like that participated in it are they were just doing really amazing stuff. And like I'm looking at like these credits now, and then like soon as like David S. Colon is no longer a part of these, it's just like it kind of gets shaky. Because
No, it does.
I watched 10. No, I watched 9. I didn't really like 9 that much, and I watched 10, and that's where like it kind of like is starting to go downhill for me because I watched 11 before we started. Yikes.
Yeah, yeah. I stuck between the original the 8 like we said,
Hmm.
but I am yeah, it just like I said, like Peak Simpsons is great, but when it hits that drop off, it hits that drop off, and that's just the sucky thing about it. Is none of that stuff holds up.
Hmm.
Futurama though is great. Futurama is excellent all the way through and through.
Yeah,
Like
we next time we do a Ramen Talk, it'll probably be for like probably for that or skateboarding.
fuck it. Hey, skateboarding 2.0 with J5 and then a Futurama joint.
Hmm.
We need to get J. I want to get J5 on a skateboard. I need to see him drop in just one time.
That man's gonna die. Everybody's worried about me, but He as
Listen.
soon as he bails, that man splattering like Legos, bro.
Oh man, listen, he can hit him. He gonna hit a millie with ease on Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Get him on a real board, and
That
he's
man
probably gonna be
flubbing
glitching.
manuals.
Hey, what if he gonna be spamming manis? Oh, that's funny.
That's definitely where I'm at
Oh,
right now. But I'm trying to excel from there.
oh man, I need to get on my board ASAP. I hate the weather here. I might as well just call them. Let me just set up that. Let me just call the skate park and set up my little hour session
Oh,
that they're already doing.
because it's indoor, right? Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's indoor, so they're doing. You get hour long reservations, and they have like a 4 hour block, so you
Okay.
can do like from 1 to 2, yeah, whatever.
All right.
But thank you guys for tuning into this episode of Ramen Talk. This is a fun one. It's Halloween season, so once again, please don't be out wilding too much. Just go to the store and get that big bag of candy and just sit down and watch Treehouse of
Yeah.
Horror. Like that should be your Halloween plans.
Don't you know, wear a mask, even if it's a Halloween mask. It doesn't matter. Don't go into the party and get no damn. Don't get wasted. Don't get drunk. Just be safe, man. And also go vote.
Be
Go vote.
Yeah, go vote. Go vote. Go watch Treehouse of Horror and go eat candy. Like that. Those are gonna be our leaving statements right there. Thank you for listening to this episode of Ramen Talk. Peace.